All right, so let's start with the work situation. You're very wise in being careful at work. You don't want to, be doing something on company time. However, when people ask you, I think what would be appropriate is to say, my father-in-law blessed me with some products that just changed my life. If you'd like to know more about it, here's his number. Give him a call.
Okay.
And then just push it up to him. Let him know, hey, Susan from work's going to be calling you. And then at that point, you guys kind of got to figure out what you're going to do. Either enroll them for Sam, or he can enroll them for you. That's probably not going to be too big of an issue if he enrolls them for you, as long as he's doing all the work and you're not soliciting. I mean, someone asked you, you turn them on to them. And there's a referral program. You got a referral bonus for referring somebody. That's basically what it is. Mm-hmm. So anyway, you got to kind of know your situation there, but that's what I would do. I would basically, anybody who shows interest, I'd say, yeah, it's absolutely transformed my life. My husband was super skeptical in the beginning. He saw the transformation, and it's been amazing. My father-in-law, Brian, blessed me with these products. If you'd like to know more about it, I'll have him call you, or you can call him. Get their information. Typically, you want to get their information so he can have the control of the situation. If you just say, call him, realistically, 10% will. So it's just that odd feeling of calling someone they don't know. But if he calls them with their permission, that'd be pretty cool. And it could be Brian, it could be your mom. But that's how I would do that at work.
Okay.
So I have a quick question. So is it better for us at this point to build one of our teams and not try to build both of them?
Absolutely.
Because we both, I guess Cyndy is a consultant now and I'm an associate. So, but we're guessing I probably shouldn't have became an associate. I probably should have just helped her build her team.
Had you guys asked me, I would have told you to wait on you becoming an associate. It's not a super big deal. In fact, I was talking to your mom, Evelyn. I was telling her that, if you guys had asked me, I would have told you to wait. Because we're really not going to build your position probably for about a year or two. In a year or two, when you're earning about 100 cycles a week, that's $5,000 a week, you two. When you're earning about that much, that's when we want to go back and start building your position. Because if we start building your position before that, we lose the early momentum. And the momentum you guys want to create is going to be on your two teams. If you're trying to build three teams, hers and both of yours, you're splitting your momentum up and nobody gets excited. If you keep your momentum very focused, people get excited when they see activity. Like, I don't know, Cyndy, if you guys have looked in your back office, but you've got quite a few people on your right team right now. Have you seen that?
No.
All right, I'll share my screen with you real quick.
And what, can you explain the right and the left team?
I can explain everything. And not because I'm a genius, just I've been doing this a while. All right, let me share my screen. Do you guys see my back office?
Yes.
Okay, so if you come down here, this is Brian and Evelyn's. It's actually Brian's back office. So if you come down here, you'll see Brian is here, and then Evelyn's over on the left. And then Delbert, who's not active. See that 0 BV, that means he's not currently active. But you have 54 customers on the right team of your business. Most of them, like these three, are inactive. So a lot of them are no longer even buying products. But if you get down here a little further, this guy here, he has the potential to put 10,000 people in his business. He really does. This Bruno's up in New York has tremendous potential. Hasn't done anything yet, but tremendous potential. This Michael's staying active. This Bob Mahan, this guy here, he's doing nothing now, but he's got tremendous potential. Emily Gray, lots of potential. Aaron Veal is my son-in-law. I guarantee you he's going to be successful if I have to drag him. So he's in your downline. And so I'm kind of being funny. The kid's a superstar. And so, Terry Ohms is my CPA. John Gavillo potential. This lady's from Korea. She may lead me to other people in Korea that could absolutely take off. Then this is you here.
Okay.
So all those people will potentially put people down on your right side. So you got my son-in-law's mom, Marcus Harris, who's going to be big. Dan May, not so much. Ashley, maybe. Heather Williams is my daughter-in-law. So
Okay.
this is my son, Jeff. I mean, these are key people in my life. They're going to be huge. They're in your downline. Frank Bollinger down here has huge potential. This is my grandson, Ethan Charles. Huge potential.
So how did they get there?
Everybody has two teams. And that's where we get into the right team, left team. Let's go back up to you. By the way, we just put a guy down the bottom down there. His name's Bob Ham, who says he wants to build a 6-7 figure income. So all the people they bring in the business are in your downline.
Oh, wow.
Now, he hasn't brought those in yet. He's just getting started, but he's got huge potential. I'm looking for you, and I think I passed you. Let me go back down here a little bit. Yeah, I said my son-in-law was in your downline. He's not. He's above you. There you are. Okay, so here's you. I also would have put Sam on the left and Colleen on the right had I been consulting you on where to put people. But like I was telling your mom, it's not that big a deal. Tell me a little bit about Colleen. Is she just a customer? Does she want to make money? What's her story?
She is a customer.
Good. So it's not going to matter. The only reason you wouldn't want to put somebody who wants to build over there is because you're not going to build there short term. I'm going to consult you guys and coach you as though you want to build this big and really make a lot of money. And then if you want to back off that, just tell me and I'll tweak it to where it'll be a more moderate plan. But when I get in this thing, my goal is to make 7 figures. I want to make $1 million a year. That's my goal. And so my coach made $2.5 million last year. So I'm not being coached by somebody who doesn't know how to do what I want to do. In fact, my goal is less than half of what he makes. So right. What he taught me to do is become a consultant right away. And that's what you guys have done. That's great. He said the next thing to do is put 10 people down your team leg. Now, I'm going to define these 2 teams for you. One is called a team leg. And Cyndy, do you see on the screen how the little arrows point up to the left?
Yes.
That means your sponsor is up there on that side of your business. So that automatically makes the right side of your business your team leg, because people above you on your team are actually placing people down there because they only have 2 teams also. So you'll notice, if you go all the way to the bottom here, you'll see Sam fell at the bottom right down here.
Okay.
This Bob Ham has tremendous potential. Bill Giggs has tremendous potential. Laura is one of my wife's tennis partners, and then Sam fell down here at the bottom right. So you're building 2 teams, the right side and the left side. Typically, here's what we do. Typically, you want to become a consultant as fast as possible. You did that right now. You've done step 1. Step 2 is to put your next 10 customers on your team leg. And so that would be like right under Sam there. You'd be the enroller, and you'd place the next 9 or 10 right under Sam.
And that's on the right?
This is on your right. These are just customers.
Okay.
So that's your strategy. Now, once you have those 10 customers, I'll be helping you, and we'll be looking for 5 of them to become consultants. We want 5 solid consultants on your right team that you personally enrolled. That's our short-term goal. Now, we go back up to you. Let's just say we got that done. That's step 2. So then step 3 is we go back and we build your left side. Trying not to pass you this time. There you are. So then we come over here and we put 10 more on your left side. This is where the 2 teams start to matter, Sam, because every time you get 300 points on your left team and 600 points on your right team, you're going to earn a $54 cycle bonus. If you go back to the top here, you currently have 6,317 points on your right side and 209 on your left, and you got 91 needed for your next cycle bonus. So the next customer, if Cyndy reorders again another 100, that would put you over that. You'd earn a cycle bonus. So this is real important. You see this right team sales and the left team sales and how they're accumulating.
Mm-hmm.
Every product has a BV value. It's called business volume. So it may cost you $100 in cash, but that's going to be about 67 BV because it's about two-third. It's about 1 BV equals $1.50 on average. And so when everybody buys product, no matter what they buy, there is a BV value associated with that. That's how they pay out the commissions. That's how they deal with multiple markets around the world and multiple currencies. It's all based on BV, business volume. So every time you get 600 BV on one of your two teams and 300 on the other team, you get a $54 cycle bonus. And a $54 bonus doesn't sound like a lot of money, but as your two teams start to grow and compound, you can earn up to 250 of those cycle bonuses per week.
Oh, yeah, that can add up.
And there's several people that are doing that. We're not there yet, but that's our goal. Okay, so let's repeat that to make sure you got it. It doesn't have to be a right or left team. It doesn't matter which team has 600 and which team has 300. In your case, more than likely, your right team is going to be the one with the 600 just because it's growing so much faster, and you're going to help it grow by putting your first 10 customers over there. We do that because there are certain qualifications to hit the higher ranks in the pay plan and unlock other ways of making money. And so we want to help you get qualified for those higher ranks, but do it in such a way that when you start building your left team, you haven't cycled a whole bunch yet, because what the company has is this huge bonus pool. The company literally puts $125,000 a month in this executive bonus pool. And so once you become an executive, which I'll teach you how to do in a minute, once you become an executive, you're eligible for that pool for 6 months. And the share in that pool is determined on two things. Number one, you stay qualified as an executive. And number two, how much you grow your team over your benchmark. Well, if we teach you not to cycle a whole bunch in the beginning, but to set up your team in such a way that you hit the top of the pay plan and then you start to cycle, your benchmark is 0 or very, very low. And so your growth is very, very high. And so your percentage of the bonus pool is very, very high. Let me give you an example. My first month on the bonus pool, we earned $3,900. $3,900 for a bonus in a bonus pool. And so what I'm teaching you is to build the right team first, which intuitively should not make sense because you're saying, Chuck, I've already got people on the right side. I've already got volume on the right side. Why don't I just put everybody on the left side and start earning these cycle bonuses now? That's what most people intuitively think. That's what I would think. But if you understand the long term, and if you don't need money like to pay a light bill right now, build it the way I'm teaching you, because long term, number one, you'll create more momentum. Number two, you'll hit the higher ranks in the pay plan faster. And number three, when you hit the bonus pools, you'll get a larger share of it because of the way we teach you to build. I hit you with a whole lot of stuff. So ask me some questions, make sure you got clarity on what we've talked about so far.
So, so you said that your right leg is actually your team. That's
in
the
your
team.
Case, in your case, because your sponsor is a little up on your left. It could be the opposite of the people you bring in, but you're in your case, your right team is your team leg.
Correct. And we should put our next 10 customers on our right side.
Correct.
And that of those 10 customers, we need to find 5 consultants that we personally enrolled.
Correct.
And then
are you taking notes?
Yes.
I was going to say that's pretty darn good.
And then it's funny that you mentioned the BV because I kept asking Cyndy, what is a BV? What the heck is that? So that actually makes sense. And then you said that the $54 cycle bonus is whenever you have 600 or 300 BVs on either side, it doesn't matter.
Not quite. It's 600 on one side and 300 on the other side. You have to have that combination.
So 6 and 3 on one or the other. It doesn't matter if it's left has 6 and the right has 3, or vice versa.
Correct.
Okay, so that's where I had it messed up at. So it has to be 6 and 3 combo.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, last week when Cyndy became a consultant, she had volume on both sides already built up, and so it triggered 3 of those cycle bonuses. You guys made like $162 last week on cycle bonuses.
Okay.
Because she had the volume on her right, and anytime you do over 100 BV in your own center, anything over 100 rolls into your pay leg, in your case, your left leg. And so 3 cycles popped last week when you became a consultant. You made $162.
I didn't even know that.
That's crazy, but when you think about it, that not that we haven't been working at it, but we just got started and we made $162 and we didn't even know it. That's insane.
Well, my wife and I told you about the $3,900 bonus. We were literally sitting here at our computer, and I happened to be looking at my back office, and I happened to see that $3,900 in my commissions, and I'm like, Diane, they've made a mistake. We haven't done anything to earn that kind of bonus. We got to call them and tell them we could sure use the money, but we got to tell them. So I checked on it, and they're like, no, you earned that. That's the executive bonus pool. You were an executive last month, and you grew your business, so you earned that. And I'm like, oh man, I had fallen out of qualification. I let a few people not be active consultants, so I'd fallen out of qualification that second month because I didn't realize how big a deal it was. I've not fallen out since then.
That's awesome. Yeah, the average person works 40 hours a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some people don't even bring that amount of money home every month. Working, not that you don't work 40 hours a week, but I'm just saying, that's nuts. That's crazy. They're working for somebody else, I guess is what I'm saying, and you're working for yourself. I don't know. That's just awesome.
Sam, if you don't quit and you just keep actively exposing people to this, and some will, some won't. It's a lot about timing. And you got to remember where you were a month, 2 months, 3 months ago, and you got to realize most people are there. And so they're not going to just jump on the bandwagon. They got to see proof. They got to see your lifestyle change. It's just going to take time. But over time, you get these 2 teams rocking, and while you're sleeping, you're making money. And then you happen to know somebody at church or a neighbor at work that knows somebody in Korea, and I just happen to know another person in Korea who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, and all of a sudden a superstar comes out of your team that you didn't even know, and all of a sudden you got 10,000 people creating volume on one of your teams. It's like, it's crazy.
It's funny that you said that you are making money while you're sleeping. I've been praying for an opportunity like that, because that's really how people who build true wealth, that's the kind of businesses that they have. They're making money when they're sleeping.
Yep. It's called leverage. You can only earn so much with your own hours. Right.
Absolutely. And that's what I told Cyndy. I said, this is a business where we're going to be making money 24/7. It doesn't matter. So I am super, super, super excited about the opportunity. And for me, you just said, if you keep working at it, in a way, it is sales to an extent, right? Even though it's more network marketing, it is sales. And as long as you're feeding that funnel, something's going to keep eventually drop out the bottom of the funnel. So we just got to keep at it, like you said.
I'm a sales guy, and that's one thing I have to guard against. You really don't want to sell this. You want to share it. And it's a minor difference, but people don't want to be sold, but they love for you to share stuff with them. And your true story, in fact, I'd love to have you guys on one of my Zoom calls one night to speak, because your story resonates with people. Your story, Cyndy, of just the miserable life you happen to lead because of physical issues, and how you can't claim this healed or anything like that. It'll get us in trouble, but you can tell us what's happened, just like what you're able to do now that you couldn't do before. Mm-hmm. And you got to kind of qualify with, I can't say this stuff cures, heals, or treats any disease because, it's not a federally approved drug. All I can tell you is I put this good nutrition in my body, and now I can do this when I couldn't before. That's kind of how you got to tell your testimony. And Sam, your story, you got to say, my wife got in one of those things, And I was trying to tell her what you know, that kind of stuff gets you thrown in jail and it's a scam and nobody makes any money and those things don't work. You know, just be real. Because that resonates with people, because people come across that all the time, and the average person gets discouraged when that happens. You know, Cyndy, I commend you for sticking with it and getting the results, because most people don't. Most people, you know, it's just not worth it. But I'm so glad you got such great results.
Well, and I mean, we did have that kind of conversation one night at the dinner table. I was doing a cleanse, and he's like, I just don't believe in that stuff. There's like, it's calories in, calories out. And I'm like, but this is what I want to do. You need to support me in what I do. I don't care if you have a different opinion. This is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's always been supportive, but you know, one of the other things is, you know, I've been a severe asthmatic my entire life, and this year has been especially rough. And I've been on prednisone 4 different times just for respiratory wellness. And I usually end up gaining 10 pounds while I'm, you know, on a course of prednisone. I'm usually on a really high dose. So I end up gaining 10 pounds over the 15, 20 days that I'm on it. And since I have been on isogenics, I've been on prednisone 3 times, and I have continued to lose weight. And I've not had the false appetite. I've not had like the rounded moon face that you get just because of the bloating. I haven't had the swelling in my ankles. It has literally changed my life in so many different ways that it's hard just to pinpoint the one area that it has changed. But you know, I would wait until I was unable to breathe before I would go to the doctor to get, because I knew I was going to be put on prednisone. And
so that's a powerful story. There's so many people living lives of quiet desperation out there, and you guys have found the solution. You're in the early stages of it, but you got to see yourself a year, 2 years, 3 years from now being very, very successful, because you will be.
That's what we want, and that's what we're committing to.
Well, it's real simple. You've
Absolutely.
done the first step, and that's go consultant. The second step is 10 customers down your team leg. Introduce me to every one of them. Even if you don't think they ever want to do anything besides use the product, just introduce me to them. Because what I'll do is very non-threatening. I'll just paint the big picture in case they ever do want to get their products paid for, or if they want to earn a little money to pay for products, or maybe even see if they have a dream to make more. I'm not going to push them, pressure them, anything, but I just want to plant that seed and let them know that's available if they want it. Out of 10, you'll usually find half of them that say, you know, I at least want to get my products paid for. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for 5 consultants on your right team. Then we'll go back and we'll do the same thing on your left team. But now you're more of an expert. You've watched me do this for your first 10. You've watched me work with you and your team. And so now you're able to actually do more helping than the first group. The first group, I'm pretty much going to do most of the work for you. Just kind of like I am for Brian and Evelyn. I'm doing most of the work on the right team right now. But they're learning the whole time. And so by the time you go to build your left leg, now you're able to help me. And you become that person that your people can count on. You're still going to use me, but not as much as you did on your right team. Your left team, you're going to put in 10 more customers. We're looking for 5 of them to become consultants. 5 consultants on your right team and 5 consultants on your left team put you at the top of the pay plan, which is executive. At executive, you're in this bonus pool that I've already mentioned is pretty phenomenal. And then you also get a 10% matching bonus on the cycle bonuses of everybody you personally enrolled. So when your people start earning these cycle bonuses, you're getting a 10% match on their bonus when you're an executive. So that's what we want to get. We want to get you an executive. Once you're an executive, then you keep always bringing in new customers. You never stop bringing new customers. That's the lifeline of all of our businesses. But you work with leaders. That's why I look for people like you to step up and say, I really want to do this. And I coach and I mentor you, and that's what I look for. So I've got 1,600 people on my team right now. We haven't even been doing this for a year and a half. And so I scour my team just looking for people I want to work with. So number 1, I got to like them. And number 2, they got to show the energy that they want to do it. And then number 3, when I ask them to do something, I watch to see if they do it. And Cyndy, you and I talked a week or 2 ago, and I kind of told you first thing you need to do is become a consultant. You've done it. Now we're talking about the next step. And once you get the 10 customers in, introduce me to all of them. We'll help a bunch of them become consultants along the way. We'll do it one more time, which is step 3 on your left side. We'll take you all the way to the top of the pay plan. And then it gets fun. Then you can kind of pick and choose who you help, but constantly always be bringing new customers.
Okay.
When you're cycling 100 times a week, that's when we'll go back and we'll build Sam's position out.
Okay.
Because by then you got so much momentum going that you don't have to worry about momentum anymore. And we go sneak up and build Sam's position, and then you guys can double dip on the volume. That's when it really gets fun.
Okay.
And I'm not even there yet. I'm still a customer under my wife, and as soon as we're cycling 100 times a week, I'll start building my position.
Okay.
I'm hoping to do that by the end of this year.
Awesome.
It's amazing. And then that would be what, like 2.5 years that you've been in there?
By the end of this year, it'll still be less than 2 years. We haven't been in a year and a half yet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
Now,
Amazing.
I'm not I've been doing this type of business for 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
I've been the number one incomer with 4 different companies, but I've always picked the wrong company. The companies I picked aren't in business anymore. So big deal if you got, who cares how much. This is all about residual income. This is about money that once you stop working, it keeps coming in. Passive residual income, that's what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
That don't exist. You picked the wrong company. This time we picked the right company.
Well, yeah, they've been around. That was the other thing is, one, the integrity of the company,
Mm-hmm.
and 2, that this isn't some fly-by-night. I mean, they've been around and had huge success for 16 years. That was huge for me. And I mean, plus the integrity of their products. And I don't know, I'm super impressed. I never in a million years thought that I would be, but I am super, super impressed, and I am ready to jump in with both feet.
Yeah, you two are going to be phenomenal with your story. Just work on your story. Keep it honest, keep it real, keep it short. But if you guys can learn to tell your story, you're going to attract so many people. And Cyndy, you're going to inspire so many people.
Well, and like Sam and I were talking last night, his story starts with, he's 42 years old. His whole life, his whole career had to start over in March is whenever he lost his job. And he lost his job on March 6th. And Brian purchased my first pack on the 29th of March. So it all coincides with that. And one, I don't know how I would have made it through it if I wasn't eating properly. And then, with him not being employed, and it was just, we're a 2-income household right now. And, he's having to start his entire life all over again, whether it be, his career. He was at a desk job. Now he's physical and walking 13 to 15,000 steps a day. So.
Yeah, my wife and I were 57 years old, and literally we're in better physical shape than we've been in since our early 20s, and maybe even better than we were then. I used to play college football and baseball, so I was in pretty decent shape at one time, but we're in excellent shape right now. And it all started with the Exogenics products, and then it bled into working out and different things. But shoot, I hadn't wanted to work out in decades.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was getting the nutrition, I started to want to work out.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, Cyndy, are you open and willing to sharing your story Monday night on my Zoom call?
Yes.
Okay. I'll get you a link and everything, but if you'll come on and just like this, we'll just talk. I'll ask you a couple questions. You can just kind of share your story. Sam, if you're home, you can be there with her and kind of share your story too. The main thing is try to keep it fairly short, but be impactful. You guys got a great story, but you don't want it to take 20 minutes. You want to try to keep it to 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
No problem.
And then the game plan is simple. Do you know how to expose people? Cyndy, I know we talked before, and I don't know. I think I kind of gave you did we set up your website with a suggested homepage?
Yes.
Okay,
And I've done that. All that's taken care of. It has the Transform Your Life video.
Perfect.
So
it's just about making your list, and I don't tell people to do stuff I don't do. If you go right here, there's my list.
So, Chuck, where did you get your list from? Did you basically go into your cell phone and look at your contacts?
Cell phone, Facebook, and then I had one other place I went. But I've always got a list going, so I just went over my old list and I went through it, and literally what I did is I went through names, and when I looked at the person's name, if my face smiled, I put their name on my new list. If it just, I put it, so it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's just weird, but that's kind of how I did it this time. And I won it July 2018. My wife wanted me to win her one of those luggage pieces. And so I put down a new list of 100 people. And I just go through the list, seeing who's interested in better health or an unstoppable income or both. And then if they show some interest, I take them to a video. And after the video, I give them to a presentation. In your case, you get them interested, you get them to a video, and then you give them to me. And then I'll help you get to the next presentation, or we'll enroll them as a new customer.
Okay.
Perfect.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
You guys are welcome. I love your mom and your father-in-law, so this is fun for me. In fact, when he put you in the business, he did that to bless you, but he also did to bless me. I was going for a big award in the company, and by him becoming a consultant, it helped me win that award. And so the guy is such a giver. He blessed you to bless you, but he was also blessing me. So you and I both got blessed.
Yes,
awesome.
yes, we did. And I mean, he has been, he is just an amazing person, so genuine. And I lost, my dad passed away when I was 24, and it was, just a long battle of cancer. And it was really hard. And, then whenever my mom, met Brian and was, getting remarried, it was, I've always loved Brian, and I've always, he's always just blended right into our family, but it was hard, it wasn't my dad, but he is amazing with my kids. He is the grandfather role model that my kids need, and they didn't have that because my dad passed away. So, I mean, he's just a kind person that I can't say that enough. And, my mom did an amazing job whenever she met him and they got married.
He did, but he did even a better job. I teased Brian. Brian and I are good friends. We've been friends for 20 years. I said, you were some kind of salesman. He says the same thing about me, Sam, so it's all fair.
I have one last question. So you said you would reach out to your prospects and you would say, are you interested in better health? And what was the second one? Or
an unstoppable income.
Okay.
And a lot of times they'll ask, what do you mean an unstoppable income? And you say, well, like a residual passive, to where the income keeps coming in even if you stop working. That's what I mean. And then what you're hoping the person says is both. But no matter what they say, if they say better health, prospect. If they say unstoppable income, prospect. If they say both, say, I've been looking for you. And then don't talk. That's the hardest thing. You want to share your story to get them interested. But once they're interested, quit selling and get them to a tool. Get them to a video.
Okay.
The sooner you get them to a video, the better. And then get them with one of us. In your case, if you're going to use the work thing and your dad helps you get started, you want to feed them initially to him or your mom, that's okay. But I'm offering to let you guys use me. So you want to use me when it comes to any potential business builder.
Okay.
Absolutely. So get them hooked, and then I shouldn't say hooked. Ask them
interested.
Interested. There you go. And then once they're interested, if they're interested in a residual income or unstoppable income, then we should after the video, we should send them to you.
Absolutely. Get them on the phone with me. Let me answer any questions. I'm very consistent on a three-way call. So I don't want you to just send them to me. I want you to actually do a three-way call with them and me.
Okay.
And the reason for that is as I'm talking to them, I'm training you.
Yep.
So whether they say yes or no, I'm training you. Their result is irrelevant to me. I mean, obviously we want them to join the team and become a great customer, but bottom line, I'm training you. I want to teach you how to do what I do. I want to teach you how to fish. I don't want to just give you fish. I want to teach you how to fish.
Yep. Absolutely. Dude, this is awesome. Totally awesome.
You excite me, Sam. I'm looking forward to working with you. We have a lot of fun. In fact, I've been talking to Brian and Evelyn about having a meeting over at her office over in Fenton.
Uh-huh.
And so when we get back from Nashville, we really ought to make that a reality and, get some people together and call it the launch of your business. And if you were to open up a restaurant you would invite all your family and friends, and you'd just be saying, hey, we're going to open this restaurant. We want you to check it out. Don't expect you to eat here every day, of course, but we want you to know we're in business, and hopefully you'll refer your friends. And that's kind of the attitude you want to take when we do your launch.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to stop this recording. It'll be here if you need it.
All right.
With your permission, Cyndy, I would like to share the recording with Brian. That would make his day to hear what you were saying about him.
Oh, absolutely.
I know you weren't doing that because you're recording.
No, I
forgot.
I even forgot we were recording. And I know,
But
and it's so funny because I tell him how awesome he is, and you know how much we're blessed by him, and he's just like, oh, haha, LOL.
He's awesome. All right, I hear you guys are going to Cincinnati, not this weekend, but next weekend?
Yes, I had committed to taking care of my nieces that are up there, trying to help offset some daycare expenses with my sister. And then Sam and I were talking tonight about the Express University. I did go ahead and I had booked my room today because I saw the rate that was guaranteed for that event.
Good.
And I mean, I could cancel within a couple of days of that if I wasn't able to do it. But we were talking about like I have plenty of vacation time, but with Sam being newer at his job, what his availability was going to be. But I think that would be something really good for us to attend together.
Yes, and this event in Nashville, since you're going there to help with daycare, you can stream it and watch a lot of it on your computers and phones. So Sunday is the first day of the event. That's free. They're streaming Sunday free. And then Monday and Tuesday, there's a small price for streaming it. But I'd highly recommend that. If you guys can capture the vision of this company, where it's going, it's big. And you want to start asking everybody right now, do you know anybody from Korea? Do you know any Koreans? And then if they say no, say, do you know anybody who knows anybody from Korea? If you can land one or two good prospects in Korea, game on.
Okay.
Game on.
Tim John's Korean.
Oh, okay.
And his parents, they are first generation.
Fantastic. And they all know other Koreans. So,
right.
Yeah, as soon as we can get in front of them, I want to.
Okay.
So that's exciting. One good Korean can set your one side of your business on fire. And then you got to do it one more time and you're done.
That's awesome.
It's a little harder than I make it sound, but it's very doable.
It is. So.
All right, you two. Have a great night. You guys are really cute. And
okay.
Sam, if you're still up Monday night, I'd love for you to be on that call too. It's at 8 o'clock. So I know get up at 1 in the morning. You're probably not awake at that time, but.
I am. So, and if not, sometimes to be successful, you have to lose a little bit of sleep.
Yeah, but you don't have to be on that. You guys are so cute sitting together. It'd be awesome if you can, but you got to get some sleep.
I listened on Monday, so it won't kill me. A half an hour won't kill me, Chuck. I think I'll be all right.
So I'll call on you guys fairly early in the call. I'll go through the company and stuff. And kind of like this Monday when she went to those 2 testimonials, I'll bring you guys on to just share your story.
Okay.
Okay?
Awesome. All right. Thank you.
Look just as cute as you are right now. You guys look awesome.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Thanks, Chuck.
Bye.
Good night, guys.